Gotta have that iconic sound. Although I think out of all the PlayStation startup sounds, the original's the best. It's the best. I feel like what would be really cool is if uh, they had it to where you could set with each new console that you could pick from like um, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like on the 5, you could have it set to where it plays the iconic sound from the very first PlayStation. But let's check where you could set with each new console that you can pick from iconic. Check the sound. Of course, my cat. It's immediate attention. Sounds like we're good. Uh, Iconic sound from the very first PlayStation. Turn that down. So, get my wireless controller all set up. So I love technology where you have wireless controllers for these old consoles. I think that this wireless, I don't see why it wouldn't because it has the same connector um, as like probably help I put the disc in the original PlayStation. So I got one of these off of Amazon for like $10. And then I use rechargeable batteries because got to look after the environment. But okay, so today I am playing what is typically regarded as one of the worst Final Fantasy games. It's called Dirge of Cerberus. It is a sequel to Final Fantasy VII. I believe it's a sequel. Um, and it doesn't follow Cloud. It doesn't follow Barrett. It doesn't follow Tifa. It follows Vincent. That was a character that I didn't unlock during my first playthrough of the original 7, and I plan on doing darn near everything the next time I play 7. And I've been dying to play 7 again because I've been playing through the remake for the first time. So I think I'll probably jump into 7 at some point and try to do everything. Because I did start playing it again like 6 months ago just to get through like the Midgar stuff, and I think I'm in the middle of saving Aerith if I'm not mistaken. So the back of this disc, the back of the case says a mysterious organization has emerged from the devastation of meteor fall. And, yep, this is definitely a sequel to 7. And the enigmatic Vincent Valentine, that's the one of the optional characters, maybe the only hope to save this shattered world. Set after the events of Final Fantasy VII, and after Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Interesting. This entirely new game features familiar characters, blazing gun fighting action, and the latest chapter of the world's favorite storyline. So Vincent is an optional character in FF7. I never got him. So I know very little about him other than what I've heard through like podcasts and fans talking about him. I know he's a fan favorite. So it's interesting that there would be a game about him. From what I understand, he's related to Sephiroth somehow, and he also might potentially be a vampire. And he also uses guns. So as far as I know, this game is kind of like an over-the-shoulder shooter, which is different for the series. So we'll see how that works out. But Ultima Final Fantasy, my favorite Final Fantasy podcast, ranked this as the very bottom of their rankings. Out of the 50-ish games that they played for their podcast, this was the worst. So who knows? Maybe I'll be the first person like in history to be like, that wasn't that bad, or maybe I'll really like it. Hard to tell. But I am. Let's get this puppy in the PS2. That right there. And I'm anticipating a kick butt opening cinematic because that's what these games always have. Alright, so let's watch this bad boy. or I suppose there might not even be an opening video. This will be the first. I believe there's voice acting in this. I think I think Steve Blum voiced him in Advent Children, so I think that if I remember right, he also voices him in this game. Could be completely wrong. Cool opening video. Very impressive. It's kind of reminds me of FF12's CGI cutscenes. It's like no surprise. It looks good. Be curious to see what the actual like game looks like. So I see Vincent, Yuffie. I did unlock Yuffie when I played 7. That's a cool shot. Okay, so far, I mean, not seen any like the room. Oh, and so the Hound weaves the final chapter of this tale of life. In this tale of life, interesting. It's a little loud in my headphones. I wonder if there's a way that I can turn that down. Yeah, that's really loud. I want my ears to start bleeding. Um, let's try it. My headphones are gonna look kind of funny, but it's like if I don't let it sit directly on my ears. God, it looks so doofy, but oh well. All right, let's start. This mode offers balanced gameplay and difficulty appropriate for players with little action game experience. Refined combat skills will be required for this. Like, there's no like in between. Well, I guess normal is kind of in between. Let's go with normal. Yes. So I had a conversation with my dad years ago about it, and he's right. The games have come so far, but I was saying there is one thing both PlayStation 1 and 2 do better than the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. You can take your game and your memory card over to your friend's house, and if they have a PS2 or a PS1, you don't have to bring your whole console and worry about your cords getting lost or chewed up by pets or what have you. Um, so that is one thing that is kind of missing and cool. Like my fiance has a PlayStation One. If this was a PlayStation One game and I took this in my memory card over to her place, I could just play right where I left off. Isn't that neat? All right, there we go. Let's turn on. Oh, I'm honestly kind of surprised that a game this old has subtitles, but we'll definitely be using those. Um, I need to turn the and anybody watching. It's,
Hurry up!
it's,
Try not to drop anybody this time. Report.
Evac complete. All injured have been moved to the transports.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Just remember to keep on guard until you're clear of the red zone.
wow.
We're all done here. How about you?
Finished.
Yep, that's Steve. That's Steve Blum for sure.
The Mako cannon.
He
We already...
he voiced Wolverine in a bunch of animated stuff.
Just as I thought.
Hold on. Hold on. This is crazy. There's no way anybody could be up there. No!
UV. Rendezvous with Cloud and the others. It looks like I still have some work to do.
This even kind of sounds like
Hey, what?
he's still playing Wolverine.
Vincent? Get out of there! I have a bad feeling about this!
The F and V's are really good. Still think 12's probably the best from this era. Um, 3 years. We're having a flash forward already? It's wild. I mean, I'll have to rewatch Advent Children. I only see it the one time.
We meet again. Lucrezia.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you? I hope the story is at least good. Like, I guess if the gameplay is dog poop, we'll slipped up there.
What the heck was that?
Get your dog poop. So like the bright side is the gameplay is really terrible. As my cat about rips my headphones off. Then well, I understand this game taking anywhere between 10 to 12 hours to beat. Again, it's like I've been streaming for about 20 minutes, and it's like the first 10 minutes of this game it's a movie. But that's what I adore about these games. It's like watching a really cool. I'm being told by my lovely assistant that I'm too loud, so we'll turn my thing down a little bit. There's the in-game graphics.
Going on.
But to turn up the volume to hear the game. Okay, all right. So we'll turn up the game a little bit. We'll put us on the same and try to keep. So hopefully the next couple minutes it'll all turn around. Oh, poop. That's. How. There's. You know what these old video games used to come with? How to play, because it's just like, it just dropped me right in. Okay, so R1 is shoot. Awesome. I'm gonna keep this out in case I need it. Just like those guys were shooting at me, I was like, what do I do? Okay. Yeah, now that I'm in the actual game, definitely looks more like a PS2 game. Not that graphics are everything, but my lovely assistant is telling me that it's much better. Potion obtained. Use items by accessing the item function located within the main menu. Items can also be activated by using directional pad. Note to the control pad. Key definitions listed above corresponding to the default settings. So my lady friend is saying that character's feet. Yes, Vincent does have some pointy toes. That's wild. Okay. It's a little clunky. Handgun bullets obtained. Press R2 at any time to reload a weapon. Okay, so there's the potion and stuff. Okay, double jump. Cool, cool, cool. You know what they say about guys with huge feet? They also have to wear really big socks. Right. The blacks in this game are really deep. Okay. Helps a little bit. Fortunately, there's not much I can do as far as the actual stream. So, sorry about that. It's part of playing an older game. Now it's too bright. Hold, please. The game is really, really freaking dark. I'm on the fence whether or not I like Final Fantasy VII having sequels.
Area clear.
I mean, I know why. It's because it's Square's most popular game, especially in the franchise. I mean, 11 and 14 are the one that made the most money, but that's because they're MMOs with monthly subscriptions. But 7 is their most popular game, by far.
Now where am I supposed to meet Reeve?
But if you've played the original 7, I won't spoil anything, but the ending... The ending is... How do I describe it? Find Reeve. Like Christopher Reeve. The ending has some up to interpretation thing, and it having sequels like Advent Children and this. Oh, what the heck?
Don't kill me!
Yeah, I think the sequels, I'm on the fence whether or not I like 7 and the sequels. Mako Point discovered. Step on these glowing areas to absorb Mako energy. Mako energy is used to power materia equipped to weapons. You can equip materia in this game? Interesting. Press L1 to activate materia. Fire materia. Equip materia to a weapon by accessing the custom function located within the main menu. Press L1 to aiming while aiming to activate it. Okay. Oh, okay. So I can adjust the brightness here. You little. So that'll help. Customize. Cerberus. No. You just see what all that does. Looks like it's a lot easier to see on stream too. Boss battle is going to be like. I'm curious to see, like, Yuffie's already appeared, so I'll be curious to see what other characters appear in the game. So I did listen to Ultimate Final Fantasy's coverage of this game. I don't recall who else is in it. Electromagnetic barricades are used by Deep Crown. Is that some sort of organization? Jennifer regrets their enemies. That would be me. Key cards are carried by DG soldiers are required to deactivate them. So I need a special card. Ah. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a card? Sweet, sweet. Hey, leave those people alone, you jerks. I don't hate this so far. Like, it's not terrible. It's kind of just... It's better than the Scorpion King game so far. That, you want to talk about jank. The gameplay so far is just really basic. Limit break ready. Activate Vincent's limit break and transform into the powerful Galean beast by using the limit break. What the heck is a Galean beast? So I feel like I would have more context if I did unlock him in 7. Vincent will return to his normal form after a set period of time, or when you press R1 and L1 buttons are pressed simultaneously. It didn't really tell me how to activate it. Good lord, it's been... I guess it has been 30 minutes already. I'm gonna grab a quick snack, stretch my legs. The usual jazz, like if you watch my 11 streams, that's what I do a lot. This one right here really wants my attention. But I'll be right back. if I can adjust the volume too. Doesn't look like it. I'm honestly impressed that the game has subtitles. Ah! Guess there's some melee combat. I don't recognize any of these creatures or this organization from the original 7. Oh, wow. Don't worry, kid. Okay. I'm trying, but I can't see. Who's... Vincent just does the Batman Dracula cape thing. His name is Rio? Does he dance in the sand? Interesting. Okay, disc key card.
You should be all right.
The cape twirl. I do think, even though I know very little about Vincent, surprisingly, I do think that Steve Blum was a good choice. Equip the sign by accessing the customized function located within the main menu. When equipped, press R3 to zoom in targets on lurking in far-off locations. I swear that I can read. made Doom made that a classic where you just there's the key card. You just gotta shoot the barrels, and that takes out all the bad guys. I don't know why, but whenever I'm streaming, my cat Trinity always just wants all the attention. Like, she's super sweet, but it's just like, stop pawing at my hands. Ah! Feels like so far the scope is kind of pointless. Long barrel. Equip this item by accessing the customized function located within the main menu. The long barrel increases the weapon's power as well as its range. Oh, okay. Confused. How do I switch weapons? Didn't know that was an option. Weapons. Assuming that there's going to be different upgrades and all that jazz. Oh, is that the end of the game? Oh boy. So, I was asking what boss fights would be like. I guess I'm about to find out. Oh! must have hit the helicopter at some point. Where's this? Where is the dragonfly? Yeah, the controls are really clunky. Ooh. Run! Mr. Valentine, run!
Vincent Valentine. We found you.
Is this the one?
Yes.
Was he hiding? It's like an Advent Children, he wasn't really hiding. I mean, he kind of a loner, but interesting. So funny that my fiance immediately noticed that Vincent has big feet. Be curious to see if his portrayal in Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 also has big feet, and if he has big feet in OG7. Oh. Interesting. Shops just like most Final Fantasy games. To my knowledge, they've never really done a shooter since the Square Enix. I mean, was this Square Enix? Okay, yeah, the Square Enix before. What I mean by that, because they used to be just Square when OG7 was released, and because of Spirits Within. Enix bought them out. And that's a whole another story. Okay. Increases the rate of fire. I don't think that's a short barrel. I thought that said shotgun barrel. Otherwise, I would have been really confused. The customization of the weapons is kind of cool. Can I help you? Gosh, she's so silly. Hey, come here. Come here. Why are you so needy? Why are you so needy? Huh? What do you think? Is this the worst Final Fantasy game? Now, I've not played a Final Fantasy that I didn't at least like. See, I'm about 50 minutes into playing. I don't know, like, say I'm going to stop, but my immediate thoughts. Because I just played through the first level and fought a boss. I could see why people would say this is bad. Just so far. It's clunky, but I don't think it's necessarily unplayable. I will say I do like it better than my least favorite Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 6. Hate that game. There's a handful of parts that are good. The story is amazing, but the gameplay is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Hate that game. The game it makes me so mad. The good thing about RE6 is that you can go through and play certain levels, at least. So if you just want to play the good parts. Leon's campaign is probably the best. Chris is just Resident Evil 5 on steroids. Who are you? Oh, and that's the chick with the...
Materia. Tell us where it is.
Hail, Vice.
Okay. So what, they're just standing there? It's kind of dumb. It's like they could have jumped me.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, now you're gonna do something? Vincent has that effect on women.
This way.
I'm just joking. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
Luck is on your side.
Oh, yeah, well, you're blue.
I'm sorry.
I am Azul. We will meet again.
What happened here? Vincent Valentine. Are you all right?
Reeve. Nice to see you again.
It's the guy I was looking for.
Not a very interesting outfit, though.
It took me a while to decide which costume I'd put on for today. But enough of the small talk. Who are those soldiers that just left?
I don't know. The large one called himself Azul.
I love Steve Blum's voice.
Azul, the Cerulean?
Let me make sure that I'm
Yes?
getting that right.
Then that could only mean... Commissioner! We'll discuss this later. WRO troops have arrived and commenced rescue operations. We could use your help, Vincent.
Reeve. I don't know what you're up to, but I want absolutely no part of it.
But... you fought alongside us 3 years ago! We need your help once more!
Oh, whoa!
Breathe.
I don't know who this guy is either. I don't recall.
That was a close one.
No! No, not Kate Sith.
Luckily, I came out wearing Reeve.
Oh,
You're
no.
really not a bad bloke, are you, Vincent? Ah, you pretend not to care, but you
Oh,
always
no.
pretend.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Let's run those lads out of town. I'll leave the method up to you. When you've tidied things up, meet me at the square in front of the East Church.
Not Kate Sith. I feel like I need to address that reaction. Well, so okay. So first, is this Steve Blum? Hold on. Hold, please. Yep, I was 100% right. So, Kate Sith is by far the worst character in 7. He's annoying. He was annoying in the original game, and I'm sorry for anybody that likes him. If you like him, that's fine. Nothing personal. He's like the Jar Jar Binks of FF7. Maybe I'll feel differently when I play through the... But he's kind of the reason why 7's not my favorite game. It's just like... Well, 1, 12 is amazing. But 2, there's no annoying characters. I mean, you could say that Vaughn and Pinello are kind of just not that interesting. But they're very rarely annoying. Especially for kids. You know, well, young teenagers, I should say. Gosh, you know what that also makes me realize? Kate Sith is probably in the part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. In fact, he had a cameo in the first one. At least it's just a cameo so far. Gosh, and he's 10 times worse being voice acted. No offense to the voice actor. I mean, he's doing a great job making me hate him even more. Sorry, that was a very visceral reaction to a talking cat, which should be a big sell for me. But yeah, he's, you know, I won't say who, but my fiance will know who I'm talking about. I had somebody close to me ask me who my favorite Final Fantasy character is. It's really hard to pick. I do, however, have a least favorite one, and it's Kate Sith. If I had to pick out of all the games that I've played so far, Kate Sith is by far the worst. Rant over.
What's wrong?
Oh, whoa! honestly surprised Steve Blum hasn't voiced Batman, at least not to my knowledge. That feels kind of like a no-brainer.
Mr. Vincent Valentine.
I know that he's
I'm an
voiced
officer
like
with the
Wolverine and
World
stuff, but he's a
Regenesis
voice actor.
Organization. Speak with me if you require any assistance.
Sure thing, Beanie.
Sir.
Over here!
Hurry! Wait for me! Come on!
So I'll have to see if I recognize
Over there!
Okay.
Griffin. Oh, it's a Tommy gun. I do like the customization is kind of cool. Was I gonna say before? I don't know, it'll eventually come to me, I guess. Oh, I was gonna say the customization of the guns is kind of cool.
Civilian safety comes first!
Yeah, I like the customization. I feel like
Thank you, Mr. Valentine.
there's a decent idea here, and that if they did a remake of this or something like it, it could probably end up being okay. I don't know why, but I've been wanting one of those PlayStation 1s that has like the screen you can attach to it. I just think that's so cool. Do I need it? No, of course not, because I
Sniper!
just don't need it.
Roofs! Here for backup!
That being said, it would be really cool to have. This feels like almost like a rail shooter, except where you can freely walk around. That's what it feels like. It feels very House of the Dead. My timer did go off, so that means I need to get up and walk around. I will be right back. a drink. I'm still kind of on like the. I was really hoping that I would. Deep down in my soul, I was hoping I wouldn't see Kate Sid. But that makes me kind of think. You know, I've been excited to play part 2 of the remake, but it's just like. Kate Sid, no. They're going to have to work hard to win me over on that one. Because I'm sure they didn't just cut him out of the game. That would. Because he's in the first part of the remake. So I'm sure that he's a party member in part 2. Oh no, the dragonfly is back. Alright, you jerk. Oh gosh. So far, the worst thing about this game is that it feels like, oh boy, that it takes no skill to play. Just kind of shoot things until oh gosh. Yeah, get those boxes. Okay, that's cool. It's a cool shot, I'll admit it. Vincent's a cool character. I can see like why Square Enix would want to make a game about him. I mean, he's dark and mysterious. He's basically Final Fantasy VII's version of Batman and Dracula. Even though I never got him in the original game, I do think he's really cool. He just looks cool, objectively. Oh. Now, is that the real Reeve? Or is that Kate Sid? Kate Sid's like, I heard you talking smack about me. I would have no problem telling Kate said to their face that they're annoying. There's those pointy feet.
Good work, Vincent.
Pointy elf feet.
The enemy is retreating. It seems they have finally begun their withdrawal from Kong.
Good.
However, we still require your assistance. Reports our edge is under attack.
Ooh, he's so dark and mysterious. He doesn't want people to know that he cares. Accuracy rate 65%. And I still got an A. It's insane. I didn't get KO'd, so that's cool. It definitely feels very Quake and Doom-esque. But it's like those games came out in the early 90s, I think. Gosh, now that I think of it, it does remind me a lot of Quake. But Quake's gameplay is still really smooth. I'm talking like Quake 1 and Quake 2, and Quake 3 is a blast. And then I remember playing the demo of Quake 4 on my dad's old computer where it would like run at like 5 frames per second, where the screen would freeze. It's like, jeez, I'm not even drinking alcohol. So I'm level 6. Let's buy some more potions. Resident Evil 5 was like that. Whoa.
Hey, toss me another clip.
Uh-oh. That's not good. I don't know if I said this earlier. I am interested in what's going on.
Where did everyone go?
I love this world and I love these characters. Who is this? She's got the same red eyes as Vincent. Vincent. Rosso.
Rosso di Crimson.
Spheres.
The mighty WRO. They wouldn't last a day in deep ground.
Once I'm off stream, I'm gonna have to watch a video about Vincent. Know more about his backstory, other than Cloud and Company found him in a coffin.
Reeve. Who were those men?
Deep ground soldiers.
Deep ground?
Yes. The shadow of the Shinra Company, constructed by the former president, and completely hidden from the rest of the world.
Constructed?
His goal was to create an army of superhuman warriors, not once letting morality interfere. The man you met earlier, Azul, is also a member of Deep Ground, but he belongs to an elite unit known as the Sviets. The whole organization was kept a secret.
I think
why there's
that's
so little information on it.
the organization
However,
she was from?
It's nothing like I expected.
Not even a person in your position was informed?
No. Other than the president himself, the only people who knew of Deep Ground's existence were most likely Heidegger, Scarlet, and the head of biochemical research, Hojo. After the president's death, the transfer of power to his son was carried out so quickly I doubt Rufus was ever briefed on the project. As for me, I was told the information was on a need-to-know basis, and as an official in charge of urban development, I guess I wasn't on their list. All the intel we currently have on Deep Ground was only discovered recently when we came across some of Scarlet's old files. Vincent, have you heard of the mass disappearance that occurred recently in Junon?
I remember the report saying that 20 or 30 people suddenly vanished.
That's what the report would like you to believe. It was determined internally that if the truth was leaked, they wouldn't be able to contain the inevitable panic. The actual number of people that went missing that day was 1,200.
That's a lot more than 30.
1,200 people simply vanished without a single trace.
Like those soldiers that
The WRO
we
conducted
just
a
saw.
private investigation, but we came up empty-handed. Except for the rumors. Since the Junon disappearances, people in Edge have been on edge. They say that night after night,
people in Edge have
strange
been on
coming from
edge.
the direction of Midgar. Could it be the wind? Let me ask you, does the wind sound like 1,000 wailing souls? Listen. Can you hear them? The cries.
Commissioner, a rogue transmission is being broadcast on all wavelengths.
At last. The time has come to cleanse this world. The pure will be spared for the cause, while the tainted will be hunted down and exterminated. They shall be slashed, strangled, and slaughtered, beaten, stabbed, and crushed, garroted and impaled, shot and executed without mercy. The time has come to cleanse this world.
Where could that signal have... What was that?
Oh no!
Guardhounds.
Are we gonna have a turret section?
I'll take care of your pen problem. Just keep driving.
I'll take care of the pet problem.
Vincent,
Can't.
who's this?
Yep, turret section, here we go. How did I know? Speaking of RE5. Although I think, yeah, this game creates RE5, so... Gosh, that's loud to me.
Vincent!
Oh, boy. That was something. I'm excited to see Matt Mercer's portrayal of this character in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I love Matt Mercer.
Right.
Love
I'll be
Critical
fine,
Role.
but that's more than I can say for the engine.
Oddly enough, he also played Leon in RE6.
Vincent, if possible, I want you to continue on to Edge. That transmission we just saw troubles me. Once I have repaired the Shadow Fox, I'll need to return to headquarters. WRO squad has already been dispatched to Edge. Join them and help liberate the city.
I guess I had no choice.
Excuse me. Start a dance routine. Wow. That guy does not skip leg day. Thunder. Music's kind of cool. It feels nothing like Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy music. It feels like something you'd hear in Quake or Doom. Ah! Ooh. Alright, now you're in trouble. Yes! Give up, Vincent! No! That tiger had a card key? Look out! Ah! Don't swan at me. Get with the cape twirl. Come here. My accuracy rate was 13%. I still got an A. Interesting. How do I get an A on accuracy if my accuracy rate was 13%? That makes no sense. 30%. If I hit 30%, 13% of the time, that's terrible. That's really bad. Whatever. If they want to give me a good score, that's fine with me, I suppose. Level 8. Does that mean I'm gonna have to do stealth? Oh, there she is.
Slashed, strangled, and slaughtered. Beaten, stabbed, and crushed. Garroted and impaled. Shot and executed without mercy.
Children of the night.
Nicely said, Vice.
So far, the villains are kind of cartoony.
I wonder if this will be a little more amusing than last time.
However, if she was created by Shinra, like I think Vincent was, I'm pretty sure Vincent was created by Shinra, then it makes sense that she's a little loony. I mean, did not do any favors for Sephiroth, that's for sure. Oh, I thought that camera was going somewhere else. What are you wearing, my lady?
Vincent Valentine. Reeves sent me.
So Final Fantasy has some ridiculous outfits. That's definitely one of them. And why is her left eye shut? It's like,
What happened here?
I guess I should listen to what they're saying.
That's what I'd like to know. I'm here on other business, but something's not right. It's too quiet. I've seen no trace of Deep Ground, or the squads that were sent in to fight them. Also, where are the 500 people who are supposed to still be living here? Well, this is getting us nowhere. Like I said, I have business to attend to. I'll see you around.
Business.
The commissioner keeps telling me I'm wasting my time. My time searching.
Searching for what?
For my reason to live.
Okay. I thought Vincent was dark. Let's deconstruct that real quick. So this lady comes up and she is wearing a lab coat, kind of haphazardly. Like it's her sleeve was up on the right side, but on the left, her arm was hanging out. Right, I saw that correctly, right? And you know, people can dress however they want. But she just looks ridiculous. And again, 7 is definitely one of the ones where some people dress in strange ways. It makes sense in Corneo's place because of the type of business he runs, and you know, well, wow. So why was her left eye closed? Why wouldn't they just give her like an eye patch or something? There's so many. I'm puzzled by that whole thing where I don't even really think I absorbed half of what they said to each other. But anyways, like, I mean, I wouldn't, and it's not even like because she's a lady. If Vincent was dressed like that, you know, I wouldn't be able to take him seriously either. Not breakable. Excuse me, sir. Did you see a lady half wearing a lab coat? Is that why you're having a bad reaction?
Pushed by a soldier in red
The rain effects aren't bad.
squad.
Like you can see the rain like pitter pattering off of their character models. I like that detail. I'm guessing this guy was attacked by who I'm guessing might be Vincent's sister or fellow experiment, Shinra experiment. I wonder if I'm going to gain the ability to like fly or glide, because it feels like that's something Vincent would be able to do just based off his whole feng shui. Dang, this playthrough is gone by quick. I will be right back. Another smart thing to do might be to make sure PS2 is not hot at all. That's good. And on that note, I am impressed by the PS2 Slim. It's a small console. It's kind of amazing that it can run and read games without blowing up. It's disarmingly tiny. I think it's the smallest console that Sony has ever made. The other one's quite big. The basic PS2 is quite big. But it's amazing that it doesn't reheat and that it plays all the same games that the bigger one does. I think obviously the bigger one can fit the hard drive that was required to play Final Fantasy XI. RIP. Vroom. Vroom. What was the point of coming back here? No, I mean, really, what was the point? Ah! Poop. Ready to go. Okay, not entirely sure where I'm supposed to go. I feel like that's another thing I hate about games like this. Is like in cutscenes, it clearly shows him like jumping really high. Then all of a sudden, he can't jump over this fence. Now, granted, I couldn't jump over that fence, but they've clearly shown that Vincent could. Darn it. Darn it. Try. There's a little arrow on the map, so we'll see if that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I'm dumb. So there wasn't a notification last time, but Oh well. Improved accuracy, huh? It's close quarters, so I might as well get physical. Oh boy, this feels like a boss arena. Curious to see what happens when and if the game decides to throw a boss at me that like moves super fast. Like obviously a helicopter is a huge target. Ah. Oh no! No way, I have a Phoenix down. Did that start the level over? Or do I have to just start from that point? Oh. Oh. Oh, poop. That was my fault. As I wasn't paying enough attention. It is kind of dumb for him to stay out in the open. Yeah. But creeping on about 2 hours of the stream. I'm starting to get tired. Huh. I so my thoughts so far. I can see why people would consider this game bad. To an extent, I definitely agree. It's clunky. It's real clunky. The controls are very basic. It feels like a game, like mechanically, that would have came out in the early '90s to mid '90s, as far as like Doom and Quake. But the thing is, both those games handled better for their time. Um, there is an odd charm to it so far. Like I don't know. I'm enjoying my time so far. I'm interested in the story. I think Vincent's a really cool character. Um, but so far, what is considered the worst Final Fantasy game, I already like it better than the worst Resident Evil game. I'd say, if you were to ask what my favorite, let me turn this off real quick. Ask what my favorite video game series are. I would say Final Fantasy, obviously, and then Resident Evil is number 2. I don't know what my number 3 would be. I've been thinking about that. I don't have an answer. But yeah, I already like this better than Resident Evil 6. I hate that game. I hate that game so much. But yeah, I'm excited to play more of this. Maybe it'll go completely off the rails before the game's over. I could completely change my tune. I could see it getting kind of boring and repetitive. Right now, it's like all the like shooting sections, and then the machine gun chase was a lot of fun. But if they just kind of do that over and over again, I could see not liking it or getting bored of it, I guess. But thankfully, like I said, it's about a 10 to 12 hour game instead of a 40 or 50-hour game. Yeah, I don't have exact nights when I'm going to stream this. I'm going to try to do it every Thursday night, but I might end up doing it some other times too. But Final Fantasy 11, I definitely will always do on Tuesdays unless life happens. But thanks for everybody that tuned in during the stream. Didn't see any chats that I noticed. But pass or yeah. But anybody that watches in the future, God below, let me know what you think of the game. I'm excited.